Let's create an empty project. You can name it whatever you want. I will name it Librarian. Click on Finish and wait for it to build. Go to App Level Build. Gradle file and add dependency for navigation component. I have provided their link in description. And click on Sync Now. Let's create a Java file and name it main activity, Java. And this will be our basic activity. Right-click on your mouse and go to Generate, and from there go to Override Methods, and you can add override method that is on Create. Then go to Resource folder and create a XML file and give name activity main. Create a class and name it first Fragment. It extends from Fragment. Right-click on your mouse and go to Generate, and from there go to Override method that is on Create view. Let's declare a variable which will store the view. Create a resource file for first Fragment, Java, and name it fragmentfirst.xml. Create a text view and adjust its position manually. Add a button and adjust its position manually. Go to first Fragment class file and connect the Fragment first XML file. Create a second fragment and copy the first fragment and rename it. Create a XML file fragment second by copying the fragment first and rename it to fragment second. Connect the XML file in second fragment. Create a nav graph resource file by choosing navigation in resource type. In navgraph, add two fragment, first fragment and second fragment. Connect the activity main resource file in main activity. Let's add a fragment container view. It is an empty container that display destination from navgraph. I am adding the required attributes to it. You can find it here, I will put the link in description. You can simply copy and paste it from here. Declare a navcontroller variable. Create navhost fragment variable and store the navhost fragment present at activitymain.xml. Get navcontroller from navhost fragment and store it in my navcontroller. Here we have to mention the start destination, I mean when you will open the app the screen you have to show at beginning that you have to mention in start destination attribute. Let's run this and see. Oh, we forgot to add main activity as default activity in our manifest file. Let's add it here. I have not added click listener here. Let's add it. Declare a button. And store its view in it. Set a click listener. This line used to navigate to another destination. After we retrieve the navcontroller. We can use navigate to navigate between destination from here. Here we will go to second fragment. So we have to put the second fragment's id, which is there in navgraph.xml file. Click on the button, it is going to second fragment. And if I click back, it is going to the first fragment. Created another text view. We will pass some data from first fragment to second fragment and we'll show it here. We can use bundle object to pass data between fragments. I will pass a string here for now, having key, name. And pass bundle in the navigate second argument. Add a edit text so you can enter some data and pass it to second fragment. You can adjust the view according to you. Declare a variable of type edit text. Store the view in it. Pass the data from edit text in the second argument of putstring. We have to get the data from first fragment. So first check if getArgument is not null. Declare a text view where we can show data from first fragment once we get it in here. We can use getString with an argument of type string, i.e., name, which we used as key while passing data at first fragment, and set it in the name. We can pass empty string as default argument, so if we receive a null value, it will set the default value, i.e., empty string. Let's type something and click on the button. Yes, the data is coming here, into this fragment. Adding dependencies in project level build. Gradle file. And this line to UApp level build. Gradle file atop and click on Sync Now. Add argument here, mention its name. Mention its type and default value in others. You can get it all argument types from here. Link in description. After adding in navgraph, always rebuild project to generate its class. Add action. In action we can set the source and destination using GUI and use it in navcontroller. Please rebuild your code again. You will see there will a class with name first fragment followed by directions. We can use this class to send data to destination fragment. Set the data you want to pass using the setter method. We can remove the two arguments from navigate and pass action object here. To get the data from first fragment, declare an variable of type followed by args. If this won't come, please rebuild code once again. Store arguments received from first fragment into the variable args. From variable args we can get data, i.e. name here, and set it to our text view. Yes, it is working. Remove the commented code. We don't need bundle anymore to pass data. Create a class, name it info. Declare some variable. I will declare name and age and create it, getter and setter method and create one's default constructor. In navgraph.xml now we will pass our info object instead of string data type, so we will change its name. And in argtype we have to put info object's full path with package name. Default value can be null. Rebuild it again. As you can see, it is throwing some error. It's because it need argument of type info, but we are passing a string. We need to change this to info. Declare an info object and store some data into it and pass it to destination fragment. Oh, we need to change the argtype here as well. We are passing object of type info, so here we have to change. Let's comment this. Here is the error. It is saying the class is not serializable or parcelable, so we need to implement serializable or parcelable. Serializable is used to store or send object, and parcelable is used to send whole object to another page. Uncomment this statement. And let's run our application. Yes, our data coming into next fragment. Let's get the age and check. Yes, it's the age is also here. Thanks for watching.